Someone made a joke today. Pregnancy brain, they called it light dismissive, the kind of thing everyone at the table laughs at because it is easier than the truth. And you laugh too, not because it was funny. Because sometimes laughing is easier than stopping and admitting you no longer have language for what is happening inside you. But later, you found yourself somewhere with the door locked. Maybe the bathroom. Maybe the only room in the house that still feels partially yours. Even if only for 4 minutes. And something moved through you, not a sob, not a breakdown, just a quiet release, the kind that happens when a nervous system has been holding tension for so long that the body gets tired of pretending everything is manageable. You are not sad about one specific thing. It is heavier than that. You are not even sure what the feeling is anymore. Only that small things suddenly feel heavier than they used to. And underneath the sadness there is something else. Something you will not say out loud because you are not sure what it means about you. You just wanted 1 hour. 1 hour where no one needed anything from your body, your attention, your face. That thought arrived, and then the guilt arrived immediately after. Here is what no one told you. That thought is not a confession. It is a symptom, and the symptom has a name. You forgot your mother's birthday. Not in the careless way someone forgets a small appointment, but in the frightening way you forget something that has lived reliably inside you for 30 years. And the forgetting scared you more than the guilt did. Because it was never just about the birthday. It was the growing feeling that parts of you were becoming harder to reach. The version of you who remembered things, who kept track of things, who knew where everything was, who could hold an entire household inside her mind without effort. And now, she suddenly feels far away. And then, without warning, something else happened. Not forgetting, the opposite. You were standing at the kitchen table, hands around a cup that had already gone cold, when a memory surfaced without invitation. Your mother's voice through a closed door. The color of afternoon light in a room you had not seen in 20 years. And before your mind could even process it, your body already knew what the memory meant. That part matters, because pregnancy does not only change thoughts. Sometimes, it changes emotional access, and suddenly this old hurt was sitting in the room beside you, quietly asking to be noticed again. The forgetting you could dismiss as stress, but the remembering that felt like something being done to you. Not something you were choosing. You are right about that. Something is happening to you. It has been happening since the first trimester, quietly, completely, and with a precision you have not yet been given the language to understand. There was a thought you were washing a glass at the sink, water running over your hands, not thinking about anything in particular, and then without invitation it was there. A thought about the baby, about yourself, specific enough to stop your breath, gone in less than a second but not gone enough. You've not told anyone, not your partner, not your doctor. You folded the thought inward and carried it alone from the moment it appeared, and in the silence after it, your mind reached a conclusion that felt immediate, final, terrifying. Something must be wrong with me. Not with the pregnancy. With me, because a woman who truly loves her baby should not have thoughts like that. At least that is what the noise keeps saying, and slowly, you began wondering if these thoughts meant something inside you had become damaged, or incomplete, or unsafe in some irreversible way. I need you to stay with me through the next few minutes. Because what I am about to tell you is not reassurance. It is not a kind thing said to make you feel better. It is the actual neuroscience of what is happening inside your brain right now, and it may completely change the way you understand what you have been feeling since this pregnancy began. Stay. Something inside your brain is changing fast now. Faster than most women were ever warned about. Not gradually, not gently, and not one change at a time. Different parts of your brain are trying to adapt at the same time, and sometimes the adjustment feels strange from the inside. The first, gray matter, is being pruned, not damaged. Edited, certain neural connections become less active, others become stronger, more emotionally responsive. It can feel frightening sometimes, but your brain is not simply falling apart. The same biological process that once reshaped your brain during adolescence is now reshaping it again for motherhood. You are not disappearing. Your brain is trying to keep you emotionally alert all the time. The second, pregnancy hormones can make emotional memories feel unusually close again, especially in the parts of the brain connected to emotional memory. Suddenly, the past feels closer, more physically present. This is not random, and it is not weakness. Researchers believe pregnancy can temporarily make emotional memories feel stronger, especially around attachment and safety, which means the memory of your mother's voice through that closed door did not return because you failed to move on. Your brain had already started revisiting emotional patterns connected to caregiving and protection. And the third thing, the amygdala changed too, quietly, but completely. It shifted into a heightened threat monitoring state, suddenly imagining terrible possibilities you never used to think about before, and that part matters. Because women with intrusive thoughts during pregnancy are usually deeply protective, not because you are unstable, because your brain is adapting for protection. When you are inside it, all of this can feel unrelated. But sometimes it is the same emotional shift showing up in different ways. So let us take each thing you have been carrying and set it down properly. The forgetting, you are not losing your mind. Your attention starts shifting in ways you do not fully control anymore. So the version of yourself you cannot fully locate right now is not gone. She is harder to reach right now. The childhood memory, your brain did not malfunction when it brought that afternoon back. And that matters. Because pregnancy hormones can temporarily increase emotional memory retrieval, especially around attachment and early caregiving experiences. Which means your nervous system was not trying to punish you. Sometimes old memories return because your emotional system becomes more sensitive during pregnancy, and things you buried long ago suddenly stop staying quiet. And the tears about your own mother are not weakness. They are part of your body trying to understand something it never fully settled before. And the thought at the sink, more than 90% of pregnant women report thoughts like that one. And that matters, because the brain usually becomes most afraid around the things it cannot bear to lose. It happens around the things your brain is desperate to protect. The brain rehearses danger around what it wants to keep safe. Your brain was already trying to protect something that had become emotionally important to you. Your brain reacted the way protective brains often react under enormous emotional change. Most people only describe the beautiful parts out loud. It gave you the glow, the instinct arriving on cue, the body adapting beautifully, the love appearing exactly when it was supposed to, and when your experience did not look like that, you assumed something inside you had gone wrong. Deep biological change is rarely as soft from the inside as people describe it from the outside. That before your nervous system can reorganize itself, parts of your emotional world may temporarily feel unstable. Memories return, thoughts get louder, old wounds stop staying quiet, not because you are failing, because pregnancy can make emotions feel louder for a while, and louder does not mean broken. The forgetting is not loss, it is reprioritization. And the memory from your childhood was not proof that you are trapped in the past. It may have been your mind bringing back something that never fully stopped hurting. And the thought you have been carrying alone since it appeared is not the shadow of who you are. It is what can happen when your brain becomes terrified of losing something it already loves. Drop your shoulders for a second. Unclench your jaw. You do not need to solve everything tonight. A changing nervous system can feel frightening while you are living inside it. The noise outside will still be there tomorrow. They will still expect the perfect mom. But the perfect mom does not exist, only you do. And most night, you are already carrying more than anyone realizes. Drop your shoulders, take one slow breath, and I will see you in our next pause.